In the previous video, I got Sun Song and Epona Song in 2 bottles. Like I mentioned, those were optional, but they're going to become very useful to me later on in the game. Now in this video, I'm going to just proceed on with the main story and get closer to getting the second spiritual stone. So in this video, I'm not going to actually play Dodongo's. I'm not sure the pronunciation of all these weird names in this game, but I'm going to be on the path to Dodongo's Cavern, but I'm not actually going to play in it on this video. Alright, so right past that gate over there is Death Mountain, but this guard here doesn't want to let us through. I noticed the guard said he recognizes Princess Zelda's handwriting. How would he have even seen a letter by her? Does she send out official letters to all the guards, or maybe this guard is friends with Zelda? So now this guard's talking about the Highland Shield, but I got it not in the previous video, but in my second part for 80 rubies. I could have gotten it now for 40 rubies, but it's just not that important, and I can get 40 rubies pretty easily with those invisible red rubies right on top of the drawbridge outside Hyrule. So now he's talking about that mass trading sequence. Well, it's not really a trading sequence. How it works is you get a mask, and then you find someone to sell it to, and then you take the rubies and give it back to the mask store owner. So essentially, it's like you're a middleman, and sometimes you actually end up losing rubies, though. At the end of it, you get these special masks, like a Goron mask and a Zora mask, and you can talk to people and see how they react to the different masks. It's not really important to the storyline at all, and it doesn't really help you in combat, so I'm probably not going to even bother with that. So, like I said in previous videos, that jumping slash does twice the damage as a regular slash. Okay, so that creature right there was a Goron. That's what I was talking about with the masks. Dodongo's Cavern. Alright, so that's where I need to go in order to proceed with the game and get the second spiritual stone. So just in case you haven't been paying attention, or this is the first video you've seen, my goal now is to collect these 3 spiritual stones in order to go into the Temple of Time and stop Ganondorf from carrying out his evil plan. At least that's what Zelda told me. You know, I was just wondering, The Goron just said he eats rocks. If they can just eat rocks, what are their teeth made out of? Is there like some substance? Maybe they're made out of steel or some substance harder than bone? Okay, this is Goron City. It's pretty large and it takes a while for me to explore the entire things. So I'm just going to speed it up for you here. So those things are bomb flowers, but you can't lift them up yet. More bomb flowers over there. Okay, so I'm just searching around now, just showing you the city. That's some lava over there, but you can't really go there now. Okay, so as you can see, the Goron City is separated into these different levels and you can go up and down using the stairs. Okay, now this is the bottom level here. So he's waiting for Hyrule's messenger. So using this song, we can trick him into thinking we're the messenger. Okay, so he's in a bad mood and he doesn't want any of your help. And he thinks that Hyrule sent a little kid because he lost status or something. So there was a torch there. So you can use that torch with the stick to light these other torches here. So this guy sealed the entrance because they didn't have much gear, and so he just stands here all day. I mean, what kind of a salesman is that to seal the entrance to your shop? Alright, so these torches right here, when they're made out of that wood that has the bands around it, that means that they're never going to burn out. And now you can just light these bomb flowers even though you can't lift them. Oh. Oh no. And he even switches up the questions, like, did you understand all that? Do you want to hear what I said again? So you can't just always say yes or always say no. You have to actually read the question, or else he's going to repeat everything again. Okay, in this part, like the owl said, you have to make sure you're hearing Sara's song when you're entering into one of the tubes. If it sounds silent or the song doesn't sound loud enough, then you're going in the wrong way. In addition to that, you might notice the black is a little darker in the tubes where you're supposed to go. If you go in one of those tubes where it's kind of gray and black like that, then it's going to put you back out at the entrance, and we don't want that. Except for that tube right there, because that's the last tube. That's what brings you into the Sacred Forest meadow. Alright, there's this wolf, and apparently, like, his paws are made of metal or some metallic substance, so you can't really harm him by slashing him there. You gotta slash him in the body when he's unprotected. Woofos, that's what it's called. At least it's simple. It's not like geese and cuckoos. It actually resembles the name that the animal it's resembling has. So these creatures aren't smart like the one in the Great Degatree. They don't try to ask you to spare them or anything. They just run away and fight back against you. So these enemies you can just go ahead and kill. So the reason why we're going through all this is so we can talk to Sara again and get Sara's song. I mentioned this before when Sara first gave me the ocarina, but it would have saved so much time if she just taught me her song right then and there, instead of making me go all through this forest first. Alright, there's Sara and her song. Wait, how does Sara even get over here anyway with all the monsters? She doesn't have a sword or a shield or anything. I mean, what, do the monsters just not attack her for some reason, but they only attack me? You know, those little creatures that shoot nuts, they've already shown me that they're smart, that they're capable of talking. So I think it's just sexism. They see a girl coming in, she's not a threat, we don't attack her. But then they see me coming in with the sword and the shield, and maybe they see me as a threat or something, so they gotta attack me. You know, if that theory I just proposed is true, then maybe I never should have gotten the sword and the shield in the first place. Maybe Mido was wrong. Maybe I could have just gone in there with no weapons or anything and just, hey, I don't have any weapons, I'm not a threat, you don't have to attack me. Well, anyway, so I got Sara's song, that's what I came here for. Now it's just time to go back. Now they make the trip back a little easier than the trip there because you can climb up this ladder. And that means you can just jump over these platforms here. So in here is one of these fairies fountain. These fairies are really useful, especially to me since I only have 3 hearts. If you have a fairy in a bottle, then as soon as you get knocked out, the fairy automatically revives you with up to 6 hearts, but since I have only 3 hearts, the fairy will just revive those 3. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is something I could have gotten earlier on in the game, but I just didn't because I didn't want to go to the trouble to getting the additional 40 rubies. So this guy lets you carry an additional 10 Deca sticks. Now, because you only started out with a capacity of 10 Deca sticks, he's actually doubling your capacity right there. That's very useful. And in addition to that, he fills up your stock, so that's actually a lot cheaper and a better value than just buying one Deca stick for 15 rubies like they do in the store. So that's one of the skull kids over there on that log playing the flute. He's actually part of the mass trading sequence. You can sell him the skull mask. So that's another thing on the way. If you get 3 bullseye in a row, this Deca Scrub gives you another slingshot pouch, which lets you hold an additional 10 ammo. Now that was a lot easier than that mini game earlier. I guess it's a little more obscure though. It's not something you just think of doing. Okay, so I got a few extra rings, some additional ammo for my slingshot and my Deca sticks. Where does Link hold all this stuff anyway? I mean, is there really some place he's holding 20 sticks? Alright, anyway, so I got a Sara song, and now I'm coming back to this king, Goron, or whoever he is. So down, right, left. That's how you play it. Wow, he really likes that song. Okay, so that's really the whole point we came down here, is to get that bracelet. So now we can just lift up bomb flowers. Okay, you remember that big boulder earlier, that led to Dodongo's Cavern? So, all I need to do now is throw a bomb flower down there and blow up that rock so I can enter. And then after I beat the monsters in it like he says, then I can get the second spiritual stone. There we go. Blew up a sign too there. Geronimo! Alright, so I made it to Dodongo's Cavern.